Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pawnee, Illinois. It's I8FA postseason football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett, alongside Chris Frankhauser, who is going to be calling tonight's contest play-by-play-wise. And Chris, Pawnee comes in 8-1, and the only game in I8FA on Halloween night for the postseason. Got 7 of them tomorrow, but there's one tonight, and everybody's got their eyes on this one between Pawnee and Flanagan.
I agree. It should be a spooky good one this evening. You see how I had to throw a little Halloween something in there. But, yeah, this should be a dandy. Lone loss for Pawnee is to South Fulton, or South Fork. South Fulton up our way. South Fork. And a good Flanagan squad that they've had to run into the likes of Amboy and Polo and
West Central.
And West Central, that's right. West Central winning that game as well. So, but, I know Coach Reed and Coach Sally's going to have their squads ready to go this evening.
Yeah, they are, and we talked to both of those coaches. So let's see what those two coaches had to say as we're having –
pull up while Dwayne's trying to fix things, kind of a summary of some of the games coming up tomorrow for us here throughout the state of Illinois. And a few of those we're going to even be able to throw your way tomorrow.
Yes, we are, and we don't have any Wi-Fi upload either on that. All of our upload has disappeared, folks. We apologize. It was perfectly fine earlier, and it has disappeared on us now. I'm going to go ahead and play the coach's interview, and we will be back with some updated interwebs, hopefully, in just a few minutes.
Thing like that for you guys, or are these kids old enough that doesn't matter anymore?
Oh, I think they're old enough now, and I asked them, last Saturday in film, and when we decided what day we wanted to play, and they all raised their hand. They said they wanted Friday night, and Halloween or not, hopefully we get our treats after the game, but they're ready to play some Friday night football first round. So
Pawnee's been good the last couple of years. You guys have been good the last couple of years. Just looking through this bracket, it's tough no matter which side you go. But this has to be, I think, one of the matchups people are looking at in this first round. At least it might be a pretty good game.
Yeah, I really do. I think this is going to be an exciting game. I know Pawnee's hyped up. We're hyped up. And coming down here, got all the respect for Pawnee, and we just got to execute our game plan and see what happens.
All right, Coach. I know the team went in. Good luck, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more from Pawnee High School on TSSR Game Time Live. Tonight it's Halloween. No tricks or treats, hopefully, for you guys tonight, though, right? It's a big
week, and that becomes even more prevalent when you get into the playoffs. And so just stress that again. And we got a good team here, and we're looking forward to a good game. And it's going to come down to who's going to be the most disciplined and executes and makes the least amount of mistakes. So hopefully that's us, and we can pull out a W.
Well, you guys are used to playing at home to open the postseason, especially. You got to do it all year last year. Good weather tonight, but it is Halloween. Does that play any thought process in what these kids maybe are thinking? Have you had any hard time at all keeping them focused on the game?
No. So, with our bye week last week with the forfeit, we actually hosted a trick-or-treat out here on Friday night. And we had a great turnout from the community. So we kind of, did our Halloween stuff last week, and then, this week it's right back to it. And no, it hasn't really been a distraction. I haven't really heard any pushback from the community either. So the boys are excited for a Friday night game. This is their first since our sophomore year. It's the first one I've had since being here. So, excited to finally have a Friday night game.
Well, it's awesome to be on Friday night. You're the only one, so a lot of eyes on you guys tonight. I know that you guys are used to that. You went 9-0 last year. You're 8-1 and probably would like to have that one back. So a lot of eyes on you tonight. This is a chance for you guys to really show up and show out, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about the one loss. You never want to lose a game, but, the message to the team after that was the only way, a loss becomes a good thing is if you learn from it and get better from it. So that's been the message since, that loss to South Fork, and it's kind of been the message since the semifinal loss last year. So, the playoffs this year, the bracket looks real tough, and that's what you want though. When you get into the postseason, everybody's a good team. So I expect a lot of good games, and I expect a good one here tonight.
A kid named Carson took a lot of plays for you guys and a lot of runs and a lot of offensive and defensive importance. Some people thought, what was this team going to be like? You guys have proven that you restocked and are really good again this year. Who are some names they can expect to hear tonight?
Yeah, we're loaded with athletes. The two names that kind of replace Carson are Jaden Adamako and then Carson's brother, Hudson Ward. Those two do a great job splitting time in the backfield. And then we got our tight end, Gavin Greer, and a couple of receivers. We got Jace Jankowski.
And 12 minutes on the clock. We are set for some football this Friday night. Pawnee will kick it away, and they will be going right to left from on your screen. Flanagan, number 7, Leland Durbin, and can't make out the number of the Falcon player near side. Approach and kick, high end over end kick as number 12 back for FCW, Logan Ruddy. He's going to pick it up out across the 10, 15. Won't make it to the 20-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. And that's where the FCW Falcons will start 1st and 10 at about their own 17-yard line. 11:52 to play, just underway here in our first quarter. As they place the ball, and late substitution there for FCW. Play clock down to 20. Also going to come out empty set, shotgun formation. Simon's the quarterback, number 23, and he'll get it up across the 20, close to the 25, maybe across the 25 with the last second surge there. Going to be a gain of 7 on the play. So Simons was 7 on the first play of the contest for FCW. $11:28 to play here in the first quarter. I've got to come out I set. Durbin and Ruddy, the setbacks behind Simons. Hand off the second back off the left side. And it looks like he's going to be out maybe close to, and maybe a little bit beyond the first down marker. It is enough for a first down. Logan Ruddy on the carry, number 12, and he will have a Falcon first down. Nose of the football right at the 30-yard line of FCW. About a minute into the contest, 10:45 and counting here in the opening quarter.
Well, hopefully I have it figured out. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry about that.
Gotta love our technology sometimes. And we've had our share of things this year.
I did a test an hour and a half ago, and it worked just fine.
I said again, and there might have looked like maybe a slight bit of movement, but I think that's going to go on Pawnee for the offsides, and that is the call. Move it 5 yards to make it a 1st and 5 for the Falcons at their own 35-yard line.
Do you keep track of first downs on this fancy sheet of yours?
Not usually. I'm not that talented enough to try and do that.
How about penalties?
Try to, if I remember.
Where do you do that at? Anywhere in particular?
Just write it down. The bottom right. There you go. I set again for the Falcons at their own 35. Simons under center. Going to be a pitch to Ruddy across the 35, across the 40. Ball's out loose, and I think the Indians fell on the football, as there's going to be a scrum at about the FCW 47-yard line. And it is Pawnee football, number 35 on the recovery. Colin, 9-yard line.
Right? It is. Yeah, it is.
8 minutes to play. Empty set again. Trips double receivers to the far side. Single receiver here to the near side. Ward going to take the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to get some pressure. He's going to break out of one tackle. Won't get out of the second. And that's going to force a 4th down and a loss of about 4 or 5 on the play. Let's see, 13. Jackson Torres and Simons on the stop for FCW, and it is going to bring up a loss of a couple on 4th down and 3. Clock down to 7:25 to play here in the opening quarter.
Big play defensively for Flanagan here as they have a chance to get Pawnee off the field on a 4th and medium play here. But you're in a spot, you can't kick a field goal.
Nope.
Punt really doesn't do you a whole lot of good. So this is not a surprise that they're going forward on 4th down at the 31-ish yard line.
Send the receiver in motion. Fake the handoff. Adamaco's going to get the carry, and he's not going to get anywhere as he's brought down at the line of scrimmage.
I think he lost a yard too.
Oliver Weber, 67 on the stop for FCW.
He actually lost 2 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a loss than I thought there on the play, and it'll be 1st and 10. Turnover on downs to FCW. Clock stopped with 6:55 to play here in our first quarter.
So we are recording the game tonight, folks. If we continue to have broadcasting problems, we will post it.
Falcons going to come out I formation. Durbin and Ruddy in the backfield. Simon takes snap, handoff, lead back. That is Durbin, number 7. And that's going to be a minimal gain. Well, they're going to give more than I initially thought. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 8. 6:40 to play here in our first quarter.
So hang with us, folks. We'll continue to work on the internet as we go through the evening if we continue to have problems, but we will have the game in its entirety. What number is Durbin?
We're going to see a punt. It looks like that is going to be the case. Some confusion by the Falcons. Play clock down to 10. Good snap. Bobbled snap. Gets the kick off quickly, kind of sideways, bouncing off the right side of the foot. It's going to be down at the Pawnee 21 by number 7, Leland Durbin. And that's where the Indians will start their second possession of the contest. 4:11 to play here in the opening quarter play, no score. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians. Their second possession of the contest as they made some good strides into FCW territory, but were stopped on downs on the first series of plays. Again, 4:11 to play here in the first. Going to see a shotgun set. Adamaco, the lone setback. Caden Ward, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man open. Caught, number 4. And he's got it inside FCW territory down to near the 36. Logan Ruddy on the stop. Gain of about 12 on the play. 1st and 10. Look to throw. He's got a man open. Caught. Touchdown. A Crickles Pawnee Indian touchdown. 3:13 to play in the first. 6-0 in favor of the Indians. Dakota Coyne on the reception for the Indian touchdown. The score coming with 3:13 to play in the first quarter. Get the PAT attempt, it looks like. Number 40, Carson Contreras, snap down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 3:13 to play in the first. 7-0 in favor of the Pawnee Indians. We'll be back in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My philosophy in pediatrics is definitely prevention, early intervention, and advocacy. Being an advocate for my patients is one of the main reasons why I got into pediatrics in the first place. I like working close with families and being able to empower moms, especially first-time moms, or empower any caregiver, MDH Peds gives that family-centered care. My name is Leilani Segura, and I am a pediatrician at McDonough Districts Hospital.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 7-0 in favor of the Indians. As we'll see, number 40 kicking it away. Carson Contreras to kick it away. Ruddy and Durbin back deep for FCW. High end overhand kick going to be fielded by Durbin at about the 5, across the 10, 15, 20 near side. Gets it across the 25, just short of the 30-yard line. Brought down on the play by number 7, Owen Brown, amongst others there on the stop. So 1st and 10 for the Indians, or for the Falcons, at their own 29-yard line, 28-yard line, we'll call it. 3:07 to play in our first quarter. I set. Simon's going to hand off to the second back. That's Ruddy. He's got it across the 30 out to about the 31, 32-yard line. We'll call it a gain of about 3 on the play. Hudson Warts and Jaden Adamako on the stop for the Indians. Clock under 2:50 to play here in a quickly played quarter. 2:45 and counting. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the FCW Falcons at their own 32-yard line. Empty set, trips to the far side. Simon's going to take it and run that way behind those receivers, and he's going to be tripped up and a loss of a couple on the play. Simon's on the carry. Colin Chevalier on the stop. Apologize for that on the name there. So it's a loss of a couple on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 at the FCW 32-yard line. Empty set, trips to the near side. Simon going to look to throw. He's got some pressure. Hits the underman on the route to the near side, number 24 with a catch. Jack Fallot, and the stop. And it's going to be a gain of 6 and about a 4th down and 1. I said. Simon, quarterback keeper, and he'll have the 1st down and a little more across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. A gain of 3. They needed 1, got 3. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Pawnee 42-yard line, as we're down to just about a minute to play here in the opening half. Clock down to 55 seconds to play. Play clock at 15. Falcons going to split the huddles. I set. Single receivers to both sides. 1st and 10. Simon, hand off to the second back. That's Durbin. And he's going to have a nice gain across the 45 as the flag comes in late. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and a short 3. I set. Single receivers again, both sides. Hand off to Durbin. He's got some room far side. Is across the 35, down inside the 30 to the 28. Lucas Size on the stop. And up for a 1st down, a gain of 13. And another FCW first down. Clock's continuing to tick down. 10 minutes to play here in the first half. I set single receivers again to both sides. Simon. It's down. There are early flags on the play, but the catch is good by Logan Ruddy in the end zone. We'll wait to see what the flags are for. And still waiting the official call on penalty flags, 2 of them from the far side. Those lead blockers, and he's got a nice gain. Is he in? Yep, he is in. Touchdown on the official from the far side. 4:47 to play. 12-yard run for number 12, Logan Ruddy. And we're tied at 14. 4:47 to play in the first half.
Logan Ruddy on the carry. Good for it. Falcons touchdown.
Tied at 14. 2-point conversion on the way for FCW. I set again. Simon. Fake the handoff to Ruddy, and a little pass caught back of the end zone. Number 24 on the catch. Jack Vallot, a junior, and the 2-point conversion is good. 4:47 to play here in the first half. 16-14 in favor of FCW. We'll be back in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 16-14 in favor of FCW. Ruddy on the 12-yard touchdown run to match his jersey number. And the 2-point conversion pass was good. 7, Leland Durbin to kick it away. Number 7 with the approach to the Falcons. Going to be a line drive kick. Picked up on the run at about the 16-yard line. Tiptoeing near side, and he'll have it out across the 40-yard line. Number 3, Dakota Coyne, going to be brought down at the Pawnee 39-yard line. 4:47 to play here in the first half.
Well, maybe we have the internet working now. We'll find out.
Would you popsicle sticks and duct tape?
Yeah, and a little baling wire.
So good first half here thus far. 16-14 in favor of FCW. Pawnee with it. Single receivers both sides. Shotgun formation. Handoff. Adamako. And he's got it out across the 40 to the 45.
Gain of 6.
And getting up slowly is Leland Durbin for FCW. And we're going to get an injury timeout as he's having some trouble getting to the far sideline. That'll be a huge loss for FCW.
I think it's a cramp.
Yeah, it does look like a cramp now. Yep, they're working on the calf area.
Hopefully. Well, they went to the ankle. Oh, there it is.
There's the stretch.
There's the stretch.
There's the cramp stretch.
Yeah, hopefully that's all it is for Durbin. He's had a whale of a game so far.
He has 4:25 to play here in the first half. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Pawnee at their own 45-yard line.
And for the record, I have no idea why the internet wasn't working. Zero. No clue.
Yeah, we've had no problems down here in the past couple of years, but we'll keep our fingers, hopefully, like you said, that baling wire, duct tape, and popsicle sticks will hold together to get through the rest of the broadcast.
Durbin is walking off under his own power there, so hopefully
he'll just have to miss a couple plays.
Yeah, get stretched out, take a little extra while. The thing is, it's cool tonight, but, I've been running around and I'm sweating like crazy, so you can imagine what those guys down there are doing. You still have to take hydration, right? And sometimes when it's cool, you forget about that. It's kind of like swimming. When you're swimming, you still need to hydrate even though you're in the water.
Right. Snap. Quarterback keeper. That's Wart.
Big play in the backfield right there. Is that Simons?
It was. Number 23.
I guess it wasn't in the backfield. He had got a couple yard gain, but, man, that was a big play. That could have been a way bigger play if Simons hadn't got a – Am I missing something? Okay.
I was going to say they moved the down marker backwards. I'm like, no, it didn't go. So
I was like, did I see the wrong player there? Or what was
So it is a gain of a couple on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and a short 2 for Pawnee. Clock down under 3:45 to play. 3:40 and counting.
Our friends at the I8FA Spotlight on I8FA football are going to love this game because they always talk about the 2-point conversion compared to the PAT.
Yes.
And that is the difference in this game, 1 2-point conversion.
Adamako with a big hole. It closed up pretty quick. He's going to have enough for a first down out to the –
Now he's slow getting up.
He's going to – slow, as you said, Ruddy on the stop after a gain of a couple to the 45.
I'm going to give him 3 and a first down.
He's up on his own, but that definitely looks like a cramp issue for Jordan Adamako.
Yeah, the way he's doing the shuffle to get off, that kind of tells you it's hopefully it's just a cramp and not a actual ankle injury or something.
Nose of the football right at midfield, 3:10 and counting here in the opening half of play.
Durbin is back out there, but he is gingerly walking on that foot.
Hort going to look to throw. He's got a man open. Catch made and out of the initial tackle by number 19. Chase Jankowski on the catch. Stop made by number 8, Grant Wisson.
14-yard completion.
And we're under 3 to play, 2:45 and counting. Indians going to go empty set, 2 receivers to both sides. We're going to look to throw, pass caught and then dropped. Good pass and right on the sideline.
Trying to do a little tightrope action there and wasn't able to catch the ball and stay in bounds.
Number 3, the intended receiver, Dakota Coyne. Coverage by number 13, Jackson Torres for FCW.
Did you write down the scoring plays? Look at you go, because I forgot. I'm glad you did it.
Hey, I'm used to doing the whole thing by myself.
Well, I had the sheet on the first one, and I forgot to write it down. I just now thought of that.
Nope, I got her. We're all up to date. 2:27 to play on the game clock on the incompletion. And an empty set. Mort's going to look to throw. Pass is caught by
it's the second pass in a row to him, or second completion in a row.
Coverage again by number 8, Grant Wisson. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Indians. Clock down now under 2 minutes play, 16-14 in favor of FCW.
Well, this is the last drive of the half if you're Pawnee, right? You want to score, but you don't want to give up. I mean, you don't want to give them the ball back.
Fake the pitch out of Mako on a big hole, and that might be a touchdown. 10-5, nope. Did he dive into the 3? Caden Warren, everybody in the town of Pawnee thought that ball was going to Adamako. A nice little fake. And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Indians. Clock stopped at 1:41 to play at the FCW 3-yard line.
52 yards on 5 carries for Ward, and that was a great, almost a quarterback counter.
Yeah.
I mean, for all intents and purposes. And he faked the pitch and then went the opposite direction away from the pulling lineman.
Pawnee trying to do some shifting around, and we're going to get a false start on the offense.
You can shift as many players as you want, but you can't shift forward.
Right.
If one of them goes forward, it's a bad
Right.
deal. And that's kind of what happened right there,
That's,
I think.
the second penalty for that on Pawnee here in the first half.
And that's what I think they're explaining is I thought that the left guard / tackle, the last lineman, actually kind of leaned forward before he backed up to move.
Right.
I think that's what they're talking to Ward about. Saw the white hat having a nice conversation with the quarterback there.
And that's going to move it back 5 yards. So first and goal from the 8.
That's a big penalty, especially if you're FCW, a little breathing room and still making a little conversation here. There's the move that we were talking about.
Shotgun set.
And a counter again.
And
a pitch.
And a pitch and catch. Number 20. Kaysen Dunham.
Wait a second there. So there was motion back across, a handoff, a pitch back to Ward, and a throw from Ward.
Ward to Dunham. Kaysen Dunham.
We'll see what they haven't moved the down stick yet, and
there's a flag on the field again.
See if we can find the white hat and see what they're going to call here. Illegal downfield would be my guess.
That's the call. Good call.
Yeah, too long. That play took a long time to develop, and it's an illegal player downfield. Should be a 5-yard penalty, which would make it first and goal from the 13, I do believe, if my basic fives and math would add up.
Right, but they've got the ball at just short of the 10-yard line.
Huh.
Okay, so empty set. 2 receivers far side, single receiver near side. Ward takes a snap. He's going to look the throw. Caught back of the end zone. Touchdown, Pawnee. Ward to
number 16, I think.
I think that's who that was.
I'm going to ask inside as we got a touchdown nonetheless.
So we're going to get the PAT attempt by Contreras, 20-16, 1:29 to play in the first half. Good snap, kick down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So with 1:29 to play in the first half, 21-16 in favor of the Indians. We'll be back here in just a second. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 21-16 in favor of the Indians. Contreras to kick it away. Ruddy and Durbin back deep for FCW. Gavin Greer on that touchdown catch for Pawnee. Contreras high end over end kick. Gonna hit at the 2 and bound into the end zone. Touchdown back for the Falcons. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 1:29 to play in the first half and 2 timeouts for the FCW Falcons. So it'll be 1st and 10 for FCW. Again, ball at their own 20-yard line, trailing by 5, 21-16. Play clock at 12. I set. Single receivers both sides. Simon under center. It'll be a pitch, and they're going to look to throw. Durbin has got a man open, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 8, Grant Wisson. Grant on the incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock with 1:22 to play. 2nd and 10 for FCW at their own 20-yard line.
Might have just heard somebody in the crowd yell, turnover time.
We'll see.
1:22 left here in the first half.
Going to send 3 receivers to the far side. Simon's going to look to throw. Just throws it down. There it was. Somebody is a prognosticator in the crowd as it's intercepted. Pass intended for Wisson.
And it might be a marker behind the play. We'll see what the flag is here.
There's a flag.
No, holding. So it's going to be declined.
And the interception by number 6, I believe. Torsten Ostelina, I believe, number 6, I believe, was the one on the pick for the Indians. And that could be a big tide turner here in this first half as Pawnee just scoring.
Well, the thing is, Pawnee just scored to take the lead. They get the ball back with 1:15, and they get the ball
in the second half.
That's right.
You're
so
right.
There's a whole lot of Pawnee favorables going on right here with this little drive. In plus territory at the 49-yard line to start this with 1:15 remaining.
And all 3 of their timeouts remaining as well. Shotgun set. Ward, little screen pass out here to the near side. Going to pick up about 2 or 3. Jake Stankowski. 7, Durbin on the stop.
It was actually number 8,
okay.
I think. Wisson, yep. Grant Wisson.
Durbin.
That was a great job to fight off the receiver and make the tackle for a short gain there.
Going to go 2 receivers stacked as Ward's going to look to throw. Short hop the intended receiver, Jankowski.
He rushed that a little bit. He was under pressure, had to get rid of it, and just threw it a little short.
So it'll be 2nd down at 7. Clock stop with 3rd down at 7. My apologies. 44.6 seconds to play here in the opening half of play.
100 yards receiving unofficially for Ward here in the first half. Did I say receiving?
Yes,
I meant passing.
Yes.
Know what I mean, not what I said.
Yes, exactly. All right, shotgun set. Single receivers both sides. Jordan Adamaco, the running back, going to fake the handoff to him. Ward's going to look to throw.
Oh, he's got a guy open.
And just overthrew the intended receiver. Had a couple steps on number 1 on the coverage, Cole Bradbury. Going to be a 4th and 7.
I think you have to punt here, don't you?
Clock with 39.1 to go.
And I say that because you don't want the chance to give Flanagan the ball back with 30 seconds left and a chance to make something happen, right?
Let's see what they're going to go for it. I was going to say, I don't see Contreras out there. The punter is right down in front of us, number 40.
Man, Coach showing some kahunas here.
2 receivers both sides. Going to be, fake the pump fake. He's going to get rid of it, and it's going to be incomplete as we got a player shaken up again. This one for Pawnee.
You know, that's a senior thing to do, though. He ran as long as he could run to waste as much time as he could waste, knowing the play was no longer available to him. And then when he got out to where he thought, man, I got to get rid of it, he just lofted it out of bounds downfield in the direction of a player.
And that'll stop the clock, and with 32 seconds to play, force a 1st and 10 on turnover on downs to FCW at their own 47-yard line.
One of the linemen down for Pawnee, I do believe, which is, I think, part of the reason why the screen wasn't there.
Yeah.
It kind of got blown up, and then when he went down, it kind of caused a pile, and Ward, being smart, didn't throw it into the group for something bad to happen. Just throws it away, but Flanagan will have it, 1st and 10 at their own about 46-yard line with 32 seconds left. Now the next thing is going to get some help off the field. I still can't see the number.
69.
You can go ahead and show him coming off.
Brian Barrier.
Getting some help from the staff and the players. It is number 69. Hopefully, looks like he's got a brace on that right knee already. But he got off. He got off the field. He's working. He's moving a little better once he got to the sideline. So hopefully, Coach Tolley there talking to him. Hopefully he's get a break at halftime and come back and be okay. Now, what do you do if you're Flanagan? Here, Chris, do you go for it again?
I think you need to. You got 2 timeouts remaining. I set single receivers to both sides. They've had some good luck through the air, and I don't know, Simon got that off. Wow. Durbin with the catch on the far side. That was Adebaco, I believe, was right in his grill as he dumped that pass off to Durbin.
A 9-yard gain.
What looked like that could have been a big loss is a gain of 9. Clock winds all the way down to 12.9 seconds play. Flanagan going to take their 2nd timeout of the half, 21-16 in favor of the Indians.
Well, I think that there may be a conversation here. I thought he was out of bounds.
Well, that's what I thought.
I think Flanagan probably thought he was out of bounds, and the clock should have stopped. Well, no, I gave him 9. That's a pretty generous 9 there, isn't it?
No, I think it's 9.
You think it's 9?
Yeah, I think it's 9.
Okay.
It's a long one.
It's 12.9 seconds left.
That we
I
know.
that.
We do know that.
I'm sure of that as we continue here through this first half.
Said lots of action coming up tomorrow. 7 games on the slate in the I8FA playoffs, round 1.
We'll actually have 4 of them ourselves, I think. Yeah, 4. And then Milledgeville's game will be on Milledgeville's channel for their school. So you'll be able to watch the Milledgeville game as well. We'll tell you about what we have coming.
Empty set. Simon, 3 receivers to the far side, is going to step up in the pocket. He's hit as he tried to throw
Ball's
it.
out.
Ball's loose. Mad scramble, still scramble on the ground. Clock running down under 8 seconds to play.
I'm pretty sure.
FCW on that. Incomplete pass.
Oh, they called it incomplete.
I wasn't sure if he was back across the line of scrimmage or not. He was close.
I think that the clock operator actually saw that initially and stopped the clock, and then they didn't blow the whistle, so he started it back up. I think the clock operator was all over that incomplete pass, to be honest with you.
So you got time for maybe 2 plays here? 2 quick plays?
Probably 1 by the time if it's incomplete, you might get lucky, but you really need 1 because you can't afford an incompletion hardly from this spot. Does that make any sense?
Single receivers to both sides. I set 3rd and 1. Simon's going to look to throw. It's going to be a 1 play as a pass, and Ruddy down there tried to play defensive back on the play as the pass falls incomplete with 0.8 of a second to play.
So they will have another opportunity here. as we are having internet issues again.
There's a penalty flag at the 44. As we got officials back here on the Pawnee side, or the Pawnee side of the 50-yard line, having a discussion. Personal foul on the Indians.
So they would have got another play. Sorry about that. They would have gotten another play had either way. So it'll be a first down. And the thing about that is this makes this going for the end zone kind of play a whole lot easier.
A heck of a lot easier.
Flanagan.
You're going to pick up 15 yards in the spot from the line of scrimmage. And that's going to move it down to the 30.
Again, folks, I apologize for the internet issues. Still have not figured out why we're having them, but internet keeps going in and out on us.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Knows the football right at the Indian 30-yard line, 0.8 of a second to play. 5-point Pawnee lead.
For all intents and purposes, Chris, it's 1st and goal at the 30,
Pretty much,
right?
yeah. And you see your Pawnee's already got a couple of guys back deep.
This is the – hey, Adam, if we can get you to turn the camera and show all those guys back there deep. All the way back there. You can see the defense, and a timeout's going to be called. But you can see that's the 8-man version of prevent defense right there.
The Falcons going to take their final timeout of the half here with 0.8 of a second to play. As you said, it will be Pawnee football to start the second half.
So Pawnee, this one more play, they got to get off the field. Flanagan has not had a ton of success, obviously, stopping Pawnee. So if I think there's one turnover and downs maybe on the first series, right? And
yes.
That's it. Everything else has been, in fact, both teams, except for the interception, both teams have scored on every possession outside of their first one, right?
Right.
So, you look at that, and that turnover didn't actually end up hurting Flanagan.
No, it did not.
But this is where the second half possession is big as Adam zooms out a little bit.
So it'll be 1st and 10, and we've got a penalty flag again.
Too many men?
Or yep, that's going to be on FCW.
False start.
False start. Move it back to the 35. It's probably the longest 0.8 of a second in a game we've had in a long, long time. Empty set. 2 receivers to both sides. Simon's going to look to throw as he's hit. And the ball nearly intercepted. Adamako on the hit on Simon. And that will bring an end to the opening half of play. 21-16 in favor of the Indians. It will be Pawnee football to start half number 2.
So exciting first half. Got 3 touchdowns with extra points, PATs. You got 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions, and it's a less than a touchdown difference now.
Well, like we said earlier, those 2-point conversions are so key. Seems like not in just an 8-man football, but 11-man as well. FCW gets a score or a touchdown, they're up by 1 because of the 2-point conversions.
Yeah, Patrick McPherson's a big fan of the 2-point conversion.
He is.
And the spotlight on I8FA football. Those guys and Joe Murdian and crew, they do a great job.
Yes,
and they talk on a regular basis in these close games. And if you listen to those guys and then you start looking, a 2-point conversion, you only have to get it half the time.
Yep. Yeah.
And if you get it 3/4 of the time, you're going to beat the team that does the PAT.
Well, I look back at a game I did earlier this year with Peoria Heights and Bushnell at Slugfest. It ended up 64-62. It's because BPC got a couple more 2-point conversions in that contest.
Yep, 2-point conversions are huge. PATs, if you're going to kick PATs, you have to make them.
Yep.
That's the thing, right?
Yes.
You have to make the PATs. And the 2-point conversions you can kind of slide by on occasionally and not make those because you can get, you have a chance to get back in the game a little bit with one the next time. But we'll see how the rest of this contest goes. Second half, do have a special dance for the cheerleaders between the third and fourth quarter, so we'll try to show that here this evening. And then we missed with all the commotion going on between the first and second quarters, and you might have talked about it a little bit, Chris, but the Ward becoming the all-time passing leader is completions in I8FA. So been a
good career for that young man.
Yeah, been a great career for him. Been a big day here, and we are continuing to have internet issues, and I apologize. So they are all over the place tonight, and I wish I had some way to tell you why, but I don't know what the deal is. So we'll take a break, and we'll come back with some stats here and prepare for the second half from Pawnee High School. It's the opening round and opening game of the 2025 I8FA playoffs here in Pawnee, Illinois. It's Pawnee 21, Flanagan-Cornell Woodland 16 at the half. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion,
Bill Murdoch,
another employee at MDH. And
yes.
Why don't you tell everybody what your job is here
Probably,
at MDH?
unfortunately, for you.
I am the Director of Obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum.
I don't know whether I need to be proud of that or ashamed of that. I don't know which one to go with.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Probably.
The thing that I find comical is I gave you a hard time last year. I said, man, you're way up the ladder. You know, you're a high-end employee for me to be talking to. And you're even higher up the road now than you were last year.
Yes.
Private suite.
Last year when we spoke, I was the CFO, the Chief
What
Financial Officer.
What is it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
Everything I hear is
I always like
good
to tell people
about
that
MDH
the community
since
truly
you've
funded
taken over.
our
So
women's center.
what was your mindset
They
when
were
you
the
stepped
ones
into
that
that role?
raised
What do you
the
see
money for us
MDH doing
to
here?
Well,
renovate our facility and to
I've
continue
never
to
had
grow.
aspirations.
It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities
we have a great
left
team here
that are
and
offering
I just felt,
birthing facilities.
that time in my career to step in and take over and see how it goes. We have a great team here at MDH. Very proud of everybody. They're very passionate and have a lot of pride in the organization. So it just made that job so much easier for me to step into my new role.
Yeah, it's easy to work with people who want to do a good job, isn't it? And it seems like everybody I talk to here is that kind of person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's engaged, and they want to do well, and they want to succeed. And we want them to succeed here at the organization.
I think MDH has always had a pretty good name in the area. What are you trying to do for MDH to even step that up a little bit more?
Right. So Pat Osterman and myself, we've done a lot of community relationship building, reaching out to the community leaders, reaching out to our competitors to see how we can work together better to be a stronger organization overall.
Yeah, strong organization, and you guys continue to add pieces and parts. You've expanded to Monmouth. We talked a little bit about that with your urgent care and physical therapy. The pharmacy is looking really nice right now.
Right, and it's ready to come online. The construction's finishing up this week, and then next step is to get the certifications, inspections going. So we should be open for business later at the end of this year or first part of January.
So we mentioned last year you're relatively local to the McDonough County area. So you're one of the first CEOs that I remember that's local to McDonough. You have like a foothold in the area. Does that make this job, not that being CEO of any company doesn't have meaning, but does it mean a little more for you because you are from here?
It does, and it helps. I think it builds trust because they know I'm local. I'll have that connection with the community. Yes, my mother owns farmland south of town. My father-in-law owns farmland here. My wife's a bomber. She's a leatherneck. I'm a leatherneck. We got kids that are leathernecks too. So I feel like we have a lot of fabric in the community to take this organization to the next level.
Well, we're going to keep the interview shorter, but I cannot get done with this interview without asking if you got any deer last year.
I did. Actually, yes, I did. And as we talked last year, too, I participate Hunters for the Hungry, where we donate our harvest, and I did that last year. So, yes, I was successful.
So you spend a lot of time at MDH and helping people, and then you're helping people when you're home, too.
Try to. That's a little different. You're by yourself, and sometimes that's good to decompress and do all that. But, yeah, no, it works out well.
So what's been the biggest surprise? You never had any ideas of wanting to be CEO. What's been the biggest surprise so far since you've taken a job?
Oh, I think just the loyalty our staff has for the organization. They want it to do well. And I think with that support has made this job so much better for me.
Well, Bill, I appreciate you talking to me. It's always fun getting to talk to you, so hopefully we'll do it again next year, and we'll have new big things to talk about from MDH.
Let's plan on it, and thank you for your time and having me on again this year after last year.
Hey, not a problem. Like I said, you were the biggest fan, I think, supported video of all of them. So we'll see if you can continue that. Maybe I should give an award.
You think?
I think we should come up with an award.
Okay, you work on that,
okay,
and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. And welcome back. I'm here with Emily Alden now. And Emily, patient advocate, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
That sounds like a title that encompasses a whole lot. Let's first put it in simple words if you can, and then we'll kind of go in depth with it a little bit.
Yes, as the patient advocate, there is a lot to do in the role, but it's a fantastic opportunity. So generally speaking, I will help patients. I will talk about the service that they have here and just in general measure the patient experience for the entire organization.
Well, speaking of knowing the entire organization, kind of the theme has been everybody knows everybody at MDH because you're a smaller rural hospital, even though MDH offers a lot. You literally have to probably know everybody or most everybody because you need to know what each thing's going to happen if that patient's dealing with it.
Yes, that's very true. When I first stepped into the role about a year ago, it was really an interesting and fantastic opportunity to get to know all of the departments, how they work together and individually, and just to see the well-oiled machine.
Well, patient care, obviously, at a hospital is key. You're a key part of that. What is it about patient care at MDH that makes MDH special?
Service excellence internally to provide the best patient care is top of mind here for all of our staff across every single level, every single department, and the organization as a whole. It's a big focus. So we make sure that we take care of our patients and that way they have the best experience possible. We're very open to feedback. We always want to improve in areas that we can improve. So we always have open ears. We always appreciate the feedback that we receive.
You are working with all departments. And when a patient comes in, let's say they come into the ER, and then they come to ICU, and then they go to the floor, your job kind of is to let the patients know what you can do, right, or what you offer, or what they can do. Am I missing that? Is that correct?
Yes, actually, our case management department is instrumental with that side of things. Every once in a while, I'll step in and just check in on patients, see how their experience overall is going, to collect that feedback and see if we can implement any changes to make it even better.
So you deal with patients in so many different departments, and really they can go all the way from getting here in the ER to physical therapy on the way out, right?
Yes, absolutely. So MDH has a lot to offer our patients. So while you're here, if you're just running in for some outpatient tests, whether it's lab work or visiting our radiology department, convenience clinic, visiting your primary care provider over at MDH Family Clinic, emergency room, labor and delivery. There are so many different departments that work so well together, and our team is a family. The organization in itself is a family, and so everybody does a great job at trying to understand what departments do that aren't their own, so that way we can make it a seamless experience for our patients.
Well, and then as a patient advocate, right, you just kind of all that together and look at it, right, and then see as patient A comes through, what can we do to make patient B who might follow them a little bit better next time?
Absolutely.
So as you do that, what kind of things do you look for? I mean, what I would imagine with MDH as it continues to improve, you start looking for smaller things, right? So the obvious things are maybe gone. So then you start looking at little things to make the sometimes the worst experience of their life, right, a little bit better as they work through.
Yes, most definitely. So you never know what kind of day somebody's having when they walk through our doors, and you don't know what they're necessarily here for. So it's important to keep an open mind and take a look at what can we ask them that's specific to their experience. Why are they here? Comfort them and make sure that we ask the right questions so that we can purposefully pull out information that we can work on.
Yeah, and I think we've talked a lot about different things from different people. You're, besides Bill, the CEO, you're the one person that kind of helps with, like, it gets your hands in a little bit of everything as far as the patient is concerned. Everybody's talked about it being a family, and you've even mentioned it being a family. Does the fact that everybody knows